Hello, it's Virgie from 17 UK. Let's make these gorgeous wrist warmers today. As it is still winter, this will be quite a good gift to give to someone you love. I've decided to make a nice heart embroidery on the top of the wrist warmers, which will be quite nice for Valentine's Day as well, but you can do different thing on the top. You can choose your kind of color. For today's one, I've chosen this lovely cotton yarn, cream for the base and gray for the heart. We're using 5mm crochet hook, scissors and yarning needle. The project is very easy and it's so cute. Let's do it. We are starting with a slip knot and we chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we go in the second from the hook, first, second, and we do single crochet. 1, so we do till the end of the row. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we chain and turn. We don't count this chain one as a stitch. So we work 6 single crochet only in the back loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We chain 1 and turn and do the same. 6 single crochet in the back loop only, and we will create this nice ribbing piece for the wrist warmers. So make sure you work the last stitch in as well, so you don't miss it. So they're always 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and chain and turn. So we will do this altogether 29 rows, and I will meet you at the end of the row 29. I have done 27 rows, but before we continue and show you how to continue with the wrist warmer, just wanted you to stop and make sure that this will fit your wrist. For example, this fits my wrist, but when I continue going forward, this will be too little. So these wrist warmers fit me, but with a struggle, so they're not comfortable. And these are made for my daughter. So before we continue, as this is a ribbing stitch, it's not a problem to do it a little bit more, depending on your tension and depending on your crochet hook. So there are two options I can give you. Either do more stitches, more rows, so you make sure this will fit your hand, and it won't be a problem because we will do the thumb hole exactly in the same place, so the pattern will not change. Or the second option is you can go with a higher millimeter hook. So I haven't done one for myself, but if I wanted to do one bigger, the easiest way is just to go a size higher, and it will fit me. This one fits, but with struggle when it's not comfortable. But just before you do this, make sure this one will fit your wrist. So let's continue. So I've done 27 rows. Let's finish row 28 now. And then with row 29, instead of turning, we will continue and work on the top of the ribbing we've just done. I'll just chain one here, and then we'll start from here. One, two, three, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we need to have 29 stitches. Seventeen, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Not sure why they're 28 again. Let me see. I will count this as a stitch. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, they're 29. So now we will turn and work along here. So this was row 28, row 29, and now we'll turn around and work our row 30. We chain one and turn. So this is our row 30. So we are doing only single crochet, but rather than going in the back loop, we go through both loops, and we do this till the end of the row. just keep working in all the stitches. We need to have 29, and we will keep this number. And just to stress again, I'm just giving this number because this is what I'm making. But if you need for a smaller or a larger hand, just follow your own numbers. But the rows should be the same, just the numbers of the stitches may be different depending on how big the hand is. So again, we chain 1 and turn. So this is our row 30. I want you to do the same thing from row 31, which this is our row 31. We'll do up to row 40, and I will meet you there. I have finished with row 40. We chain and turn. So we had row 28, this was row 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. And now we're going to do the thumb hole, and I'll show you how. So we've already chained 1, and we do 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. So this will be classed like row 41A, and you'll see why. And now we have a decrease. So we do this. Just yarn over and pull through, and then we work both of this together. And then we just do this bit. We leave the end of the row unworked, and now we turn around. So now we are starting row 42A. Let me chain. I like chaining before I turn. Chain 1 and turn. And now we'll do a decrease again. So we will go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and then do all this together. And then we will do 2 single crochet in this next one. No, we'll do 1, 2, sorry, till the end of the row. And now we are going to chain 1 and turn. So this will be row 43A. So we need to do 1 single crochet in the first stitch and another single crochet in the second stitch, and then in the last stitch we do single crochet increase, which is 2 single crochet in the last stitch, and then we cut the yarn. So we chain 1 and turn. I'm not quite sure why I'm 1 stitch less, but I will not redo it, and I'll continue working like that. So we should have 21 stitches here, I have 20, but I will tell you what you should have had. So now we need to do 19 single crochet, and now do 18 as one is missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we do a decrease, single crochet, 2 together, we can call it if you want it. And now we chain 1 and turn. So now we are working on our row 43B. This is, yeah, the last row, and then we will go back together. So in this first one, we will do an increase. So we'll do 2 single crochets to go back to our 21 stitches, and we'll finish the whole row like this till the end. So what we did here, we decreased, so we can kind of open it up, but then on the top we increased to go back to our normal count as we started. And again, I feel that if you, for example, have a smaller or bigger thumb, you can skip one more. For example, here we started 1, 2, 3 from the decrease. If you want to make it a little bit looser, you can go on the 4th one. It won't be a problem. You can just do it to fit your requirements, but just be mindful that it will be less single crochet stitch left, but it's not a problem because you could have started with more than 29 stitches anyway. So you can make this hole bigger. You can just follow the instruction for when you decrease and increase, but then you can make the hole bigger or smaller. So this is the end of row 43B. We chain and turn. Now we are starting row 44, which will do exactly the same, but we will work over across both part A and part B we've done. So we work until the last stitch of part B, this longer section, and we do just a normal single crochet. And now in this last stitch we are going to increase and do two single crochet in the same stitch. Now we chain 2 so we can close this gap. 1, 2, and then we are starting. This is the section A, the little section which we started. So we're going to do increase in the first. So how we finish here, we'll start here. We'll do an increase in the first stitch, and again we'll work this yarn here so it's nice and secure. We did one and we'll do a second one, and we'll have 3 single crochet to work in. So what I'll do, I'll put this over. I want to carry it on to the next row just to make sure it is. We chain 1 and we turn. And now we'll just work over this thread again. So now we do row 45 and we will go across each stitch. So we'll just continue working our single crochet. So here we will work in the actual chain. We have 2 chain and we'll do 2 single crochet in them. These are the two. And now we are working in every single chain. We do a single crochet. So now this is secure, we can just cut the thread. Chain and turn. So we are back to our normal 29 stitches. Let me just cut this off. So we continue doing this another 5 rows. This is how the pattern is, another 5 rows. When I put it on my daughter's hand, the 5 rows finish quite near the fingers, so she requested to do it a little bit longer, so I put another 2 rows on the top. So this one will be another 7 rows from here. So I will meet you when I finish the 7 rows. And again, you can do it however you want. If you want it to be covered furthermore, you can do a few more rows. I know that this are ideal, especially if you sell outside in the cold and you're dealing with money, for example. It's very good because you don't have the trouble to deal with the money, but then you may want to make it a little bit longer so your hand is covered as well. Although these are called wrist warmers. I don't know, I would say they're wrist hand warmers or fingerless gloves, I don't know. So I will meet you at the end of my 7 rows. I don't know how many you will do, but at the end of the 7 row I'll meet you. And this is the end of my row 51. As I said, I did 2 extra rows. I just chain. Now for this we can cut a little bit longer, so then we can do our stitching at the end. Okay, so this is what it should look like. And you go ahead and do exactly the same things. And because of the stitches we used, this can be reversible. It doesn't matter which side it is, it looks the same. So before we go ahead, so what will happen, this will be the thumb, which will be on the side. And this will be just over there. It will stand on your palm. But what we need to make sure is to make sure they are not two left and two right, but they are one left and one right. So I've already done this one, so now I need a left wrist warmer. So I will make sure that this is my right side. And if you wanted to do this one, you will do it this way. So you fold it, this may be the easiest way, and then put it like that. And then when you need the left one, you fold it the other way around and place it like that, so you are not confused and you don't do two left or two right. So what I did with mine is I decided to do this heart. When I had the glove ready, or the wrist warmer ready, I used some pins, and as I like everything to be nice and symmetric, I managed to put the heart and put the little pins to make sure where do I start, and from there I had to look at it to see how it will be nice, and I had to redo it, but then I like the shape of it now. So you can start just with the pins and make sure where exactly you want the heart to be centered. So I started, you can see, from here. So one is this end. So now what I'll do, I'll just mirror this heart here. So if I start, this is my, but it's easier when you do the first one, it's easier. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 cross stitches. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 here. And then from here, okay, I can see which one is the 6th one. 2, 5, 6. So from the 6th one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is my middle cross. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did I say? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So I should start from here, working my way up, and then it will be easier when you get but what I'll do, actually you can see it nicely here. You can take a screenshot and you can follow the pattern. But what I've done is 1, 3, 5, and then I increase, and then I have here 3 rows the same, and then I go and start decreasing. You can just follow the pattern if you wanted this hard, but you can do anything. So now to start with it, I'm going to do it with the gray yarn. So what I'll do, I'll cut a long yarn that we will need to replace it. And now you can choose whichever yarning needle you want. Let's see, where am I going? Okay, I'll use another one. I may use this big one. So I'm starting the 6th row from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this will be. So how we'll do the cross stitches? This is the stitch, and we go from one end to the other. So what I may actually do, I'll start from this end and I work my way down. So just to make sure this is the right thing. So from here I start across and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So to finish here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll start from the bottom and I will go in there. I'll take this one, remove it. So let me show you underneath. So you don't pull all of it, just leave a little piece here because we work over this one. So from here we find the one across and we start working our way. Just keep the row straight. And don't tighten it much. So can you see what I'm doing at the moment? We make sure this is underneath, and I like nice and tidy backs rather than all scruffy and with knots. Can you see? Two, 4, 6, 7. 8. 9. 10. And 11. So look how nice and tidy it is at the back. So this is our, this row, this middle row, before we start shaping the heart. So now the way to go back and finish this row is come here, and we'll do the same thing but diagonally. So we go to make the cross is here, and now we go into this opposite here. Can you see there are four holes of the actual stitch? So we just follow it diagonally. So this is how we will work all the way through. I will speed this up. You just follow the pattern, whichever pattern you want. If you want the heart, just look at it here. So the next row will be exactly the same 11. So we'll do 3 rows of 11 cross stitches, and then we will start reducing one less and then another one less until we reach to make 1. So just watch me what I'm doing, but I will speed this up. And this is our last cross stitch. And we'll have a look in a moment how it looks. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And again, you can do it any color you want, depending on what the person you're giving it to or what color you like. Look how gorgeous this one is. And so what I did, I decided to go the first row up to finish, and then I start working my way down. When, I don't know if you notice, but when I start doing this, when I finish this row, I finish it going down from here, but then I couldn't start my next row coming up from here because this one would have undone itself. So only for this row, I came from this corner and went back to that corner to fasten it up. But you need to make sure when you work to go in one way. So the first time I went to the right, and then I finished the cross stitch to the left. So however you do it the same so they don't look weird. So this is how I finish it, and then it was okay because further down we were decreasing, so it wasn't a problem. The reason I started up down was to make sure that this is in the middle, and I like, as you can see, I like it nice and neat here. To start with the first, I had to fiddle more to put the thread nicely in, but now it's much easier for me just to go ahead and thread it. I don't know, you know how everyone has their own way of doing things. So I'll just start. And I think if you learn it this way, to be nice and neat, it's much nicer. There are some people who cut their threads at the end of the project. It depends what project it is. I don't normally do that, but I like it nice and neat. And also, this is important to be neat, because when you put the glove, you don't want your nails to get caught on different cotton or yarn. Okay, we finished with this one. So now what else we need to do is we need to work around this hole. Let me remove this. Just a single around. No, it's a slip stitch actually around. So we're working how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14 single slip stitch around. So let's do that. So you can start from any point. Let me start from here. And you work it from the right side. As their slip stitch, I can't do anything about this cotton, the yarn, but then we will do it later on. So we just do a slip stitch. So just work around the thumb. I want to put one here. This is just to make a nice finish for the thumb hole. Because we had some increases, decreases. These are the 2 chains which we had to come back to cover the gap. Oops. Single stitch, slip stitch, sorry. And we are nearly done. After that, we just need to do the gap. To sew the glove together, and we are done. This is such a beautiful present, or you can do it for yourself, of course, but it is such a beautiful present to give and thoughtful present. I'm just making the most of it now when it's this, when I'm off work for 2 weeks, to show off with my red nails, as I work in the hospital for NHS, and we are not allowed any nail varnish at all. So I'm doing the most of my recording with the red nails. And here I slip stitch. This will be our last. So cut a little bit so we can secure it. So this is the previous one. And so look how lovely it came. So let's deal with this one first. Just want to secure it nicely. Then we'll do the same with the other edge. Now this one, we need to bring it backwards. Suppose we can go here. Okay, now the last step to do is to put these two raw edges together to create the cloth. And what we'll do, we will just take the back loop from the first one and the front loop from this one, and we'll just do a slip stitch. So the back loop and the front loop from here. Or if it's like this, we can just do it this way. The back loop again. And the front. And I'll meet you at the end. Okay, let's turn the wrist warmer the right way around. This is what happened. And now we have gorgeous wrist warmer. So there. and I will ask my daughter to come and model them to see how it is on her. Okay, let's see now how this lovely wrist warmers or fingerless gloves will fit my daughter Rachel's beautiful hands. So we made them a little bit longer. So here it is a little bit like that. They look very nice and cozy. This probably is a little bit stiff because I haven't put it on myself. I haven't forced it on me. This is the brand new one we've done. Ooh. Do this. Taka, taka, taka. Look at her beautiful nails. Let me see her beautiful nails. She was 14 the other day, and this was her present. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. If you want to make this present for someone you know and you love, go ahead and do them. They're very easy. I will appreciate when you do them, to comment, share, put some pictures on so we can see what you've created. And look at them, absolutely cutie. Thank you very much for being with us and supporting our family business. If you want to purchase any, you can do that in 17 UK.